Hello, hello, hello. Marietta back with another video. Whew. I pray that y'all are doing well. And this video, I want to talk about repossessions. Repossessions while living in Section 8. Repossessions while living in Section 8. You know, a lot of times when we think about Section 8, we think about Section 8 as a fact of thinking that it's for low income, people that need to get up on their feet, people that are going through, people that really need some help. And that is true for some people. But then you got some people that actually put themselves into situations where it's all about the fashion of it all. It's all about the bling bling. And I got to keep up with this person, that person, while living on government housing, while living on government assistance. And a lot of times we look at the fact of we want our home to look good. Yes, we do. We want to make sure that everything looks nice, especially when they do inspections inside the house and in the parking lot. Oh yeah, the parking lot too as well. We're going to talk about all of that in this video. Especially we want to talk about, first of all, going inside the home. I remember when I lived on Section 8 back in the day, and I lived in public housing. I've lived in both of them. I'm 65 years old now, but I have been there and done that, so I can speak on it. And I remember how I used to try to tell people all the time that keeping the house clean was important and making sure that your surroundings was kept well, but don't let the devil steal the money out of your home. And what I meant by that was, I used to always see a lot of rental center trucks, errand trucks, coming to bring furniture, setting up the beautifulest living room, and you paying payments on these furniture. And truth be told, they couldn't afford the furniture to start with. Anytime you're sitting there and you're struggling to pay your rent, you're struggling to keep food on the table, food stamps not lasting the whole month, but yet you got these rental center trucks. Hold on. You got these rental center trucks coming and they laying out your whole house. I mean, your whole living room full of beautiful furniture. Yes, beautiful, nicely set up. And bedroom furniture, king, queen, whatever you want. They'll deliver whatever it is you want. Washer, dryers, bedroom sets, everything will come from Aaron's Rental or Rental Center and all of these places. And they will continue to set these places up. And you can get all this furniture on a budget, or you can get all this furniture, as they say, was on a budget. But the thing about it is you got to pay for that furniture. And that furniture would cost you twice as much it would than if you was to save up enough money to just go buy a couch, or just go get a used couch and put a used couch inside that house and dress it up and dress that house up and make it look neat. This is what I did. I didn't have no rental center bill, no furniture bill, or none of that. I would always go get good quality furniture from a good used furniture store, clean it, get my woolite, and I would take a scrub brush and I would put in that work and clean that furniture, let it sit out in that area to dry, and then I would bring it into my home and decorate it, and my home looked just as good as anybody else. But the difference was there was no repossessions going on in my house. I would not go get nothing that I could not afford. I have never in my life to this day had a vehicle repossessed from me or no furniture repossessed from me, because that was never nothing that I was interested in getting on credit to the point where I knew I could not afford it and pay my bills at the same time. But you got so many people that they want to make sure that my house look better than your house, my house look better than your house, opposed to the fact that my house is paid for, my house still got food on the table, my house is being well maintained. I'm showing up and showing out in the midst of where you think you're winning because of the fact that you owe rent a center, not realizing that person that owns their own is the one that is winning. Why? Because they keep their money in their pocket every week, because they will come and collect these payments every week. I'm talking about repossessions while living in Section 8. Repossessions while living in Section 8. And then you think about the fact of now your kids don't have no beds. They would go get things such as even bedroom. Rental center and errands to this day would deliver you anything you want for your house. Anything you want, they will bring it. Anything you want, they will let you get it on a budget. And the reason why they do that is because of the fact that they know once you come to them, it's almost like going to pay their loan. Because once you go to them and you try to get furniture and things of that nature, of course they're going to give it to you, because they eventually know they're going to come back and get it. Because you miss one payment with them, they own you. They own you. I mean, I used to see people squirm. I used to see the same truck that came to bring the furniture to these girls' house, the same truck, before they even got an inspection, their living room was empty. The furniture is gone. Gone. Now you're trying to pay rent, and that's on a budget, so you're paying low rent. Then you're trying to get food stamps. And then you're trying to create extra bills on top of that, instead of trying to figure out how you can keep that little bit of money inside the house to help you do some other things. Because some of them was even getting money where you could pay the electric bill and things of that nature. Now I'm trying to help somebody here, because if you're on Section 8 and you're out here and your things are getting repossessed, or you're in a position where your stuff could get repossessed, I'm going to tell you in this video how you can stop this from happening. And the main thing how you can stop this from happening is stop going to get things that you know you can't afford just to try to impress the neighbors, or to try to keep on the Jones, or to try to impress that significant other that don't belong to you, who is not contributing nothing to your life. You got to be in a place where you say, this is the money I'm working with. This is what I got to work with. I'm not going to be able to live on this system for the rest of my life. The new bill that has come in has given me 2 years. I got 2 years to put my life in perspective. Let me send this furniture back to the rental center. Let me take this same money and go find me a couch to put in here, get that wool light, clean that couch, put that couch in that living room, and begin to dress your living room up around this stuff that's paid for already, that you don't have to pay a bill on every single week. Anything that you got to pay on a bill on every single week, even if they make it a monthly payment, which means that they just add those weeks together and they're going to charge you one big lump sum, it's still taking money out of your house that you do not have once you're in public housing. The key to it is to save as much money as you possibly can in different areas, so that you can see how you're going to function once you come out of public housing, because you're going to have to come out of public housing, ready or not. Here they come. Ready or not, here it comes. So there will be some repossessions that are going to go on, and it's going to be repossessions of furniture, repossessions of vehicles, and there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to have to rearrange in your life in order to function. So in order to function, let Mother teach you something here. I'm trying to tell you, I know what I know. And the thing is to find yourself a used furniture store, one that you can pay, even if you got to pay payments on it while it's in the furniture store, that when you finish, you will own it. You will own it. But it would not be a $600 couch that you end up paying $1,200 for. It would not work like that. You will go take your $200-300 and buy this couch and bring this couch home and put this couch in your living room and dress your living room up around that couch. The key to it is to keep your area clean, keep it smelling good, and make sure that it's always presentable for you, not for neighbors, not for inspection, but presentable for you at all times. At all times. And then that way you don't have to rush around to try to clean up and pick up when it's time for inspection. You will always keep your area neat, so that way you don't have to do all that extra when that last day comes. And then the same thing goes with when I say repossessions on the inside and on the outside. It's the same way on the outside. How can you sit there and complain when you got a 2025 parked outside, but you're inside living like the deacons? You inside, the house is all tore up, or you inside and you're still paying $12 to $50 a month rent and think these people ain't gonna notice this. How you gonna hide this great big behind vehicle that you got parked outside? You got to use your head in certain aspects. It's better you go get yourself a vehicle that's paid for, because these car notes that they got today, the minute that you lose their food stamps, the minute that they put you out of Section 8 housing and things of that nature, now you got to fend for yourself. Mortgages are high out here. You got to pay somebody to live with. So therefore, this repossession is going to go on with this vehicle. It's going to crush you, because now you got that vehicle with the intent that you was going to be in public housing for the rest of your life. Now that repossession is going on. So now that repossession took place. You done lost the house. You're going to lose the vehicle. And now you're going to be, woe it's me. So before you get to that point, know that these repossessions are happening now and begin to move accordingly. Sometimes you just got to count your losses and take that vehicle back. That same vehicle, you could have took that money and probably could have bought 2 or 3 vehicles already paid for. Paid for it. Get yourself a good used vehicle and pay for it. And be done with it. Hold on. These repossessions that's going on right today ain't nothing new. There's nothing new about the fact that these repossessions are going on. There are so many women that I'm seeing online right now saying that their cars are being repossessed. Their cars are being repossessed. Food stamps are being cut. Cars are being repossessed. I'm living in Section 8 and I'm losing everything. Okay, the reason why you're losing everything is because you were not prepared for the change. You were not prepared for the change. You had gotten comfortable in the fact that this is how my life is going to be, and now the change is taking place. And it's hard because of the fact that now you don't know what to do. You don't know how to begin to put your life back into together, and your life looks like it's falling apart in shambles, because now you don't have that expensive living room, because Aaron or Rental Center then came through. Now they're going to pick up their stuff. So many people will hide from them. They'll let them knock on the door 24/7, knowing you can't afford that furniture no more, knowing that you can't afford that lifestyle, knowing you could not afford that lifestyle when you went and got it, because you went and got that lifestyle on the pretense that somebody else was going to fund your life for the rest of your life. Even down to the kids' bed. Why would you give kids beds that you have not paid for, and now the kids are going to lose their space, their bed, their home. They're losing everything because of the poor decisions that we make as adults. But when somebody try to come through and tell you exactly what to do, uplift, motivate, and inspire you to be able to make changes in your life. This is what we're doing right now. There's no judgment going on. We're just trying to give you rules and regulations, tools to use to be able to realize that these rules and regulations they have put in place, they have been in place. They have been in place. It's just the fact that now they're really truly enforcing them. They were doing this even when I was a young girl. They were doing this even way back then. But I had sense enough to know that going to these places and renting furniture and going and get a most expensive car to park in the yard, knowing I had a 4 or 5 credit score, knowing I had not even built myself up to the point where I would have been able to go get anything at a decent interest rate, it just doesn't make sense. And now you got grown people out here and they're screaming and crying because of the fact that the repossessions are taking place. Repossessions are taking place. Repossessions of the furniture. Repossessions of the cars. So now you feel like your whole life is falling apart. Your life was never put together properly to start with, so you have to get broke back down in order to build you back up right, the right way. The right way to get built up is to be self-sufficient. The right way to get built up is to work out of your own pocket. The right way to get built up is to get a job so that you would be able to stand in these evil days. The right way to be built up is so that you would be able to know how you're going to eat, where you're going to lay your head, how you're going to sleep. It's just knowing how you're going to move, where you can move as an adult, where nobody's got to tell you what to do. You'll be able to know exactly what you're supposed to do on your own. And then it makes it even worse when you got other people living in the dwelling that have no business being there, and therefore they're not on the lease, so that's causing you another problem. So you got repossessions going on in the midst of you already struggling, you already on Section 8, you already trying to build your life, you already need to be thinking about these things long before now. Now they're just being enforced. Now it's looking ugly. Now it's like, whoa, it's me. Now it's like, look what they're doing to me. Now it's like, how am I going to feed my kids? Now it's like we taking a prideful stand as if that's somebody else's problem. I mean, it's nobody else's problem to take care of our children but us, because now as a mother, things got to kick in. Okay, you don't repossess my kids' beds. You don't repossess my living room. You don't repossess my dining room table. You don't repossess my car. You don't took everything possible from me, but one thing you cannot take from me is you cannot take my soul, so you do not have my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength, so now I will be able to go get it from the muscle. Now you got to put in that work. Now you got to put in that work. And I'm trying to tell you, you can do it. You can do it, son. You can do it, daughter. You can put in that work. You're a strong, able-bodied female. You were strong enough to push out 2, 3, 4 kids. That took some strength. That took some courage. And you did not do it alone. You didn't do it alone. There was another corporate in the midst of that. You had another person to help you make that situation. It's time for you to make sure that that person is pulling their end as well. Because they thought it was a free ride, because that's all they were taught to. They came into your house. It was a free ride. I was able to lay up. I was able to play PlayStation. I was able to eat this kid's cereal up. I was able to lay on the chair all day long, the very chair that you rented from Rental Center. I was able to drive the very car that you went and got that was going to be repossessed because you went and got it so that we could look good while we out here making appearances for everybody else. We got it parked in front of our Section 8 house, but we got a 2025 posted up. But yet and still, we in here wondering why our rent's going up. We wondering why we getting letters from the office saying we need you to come down and do a financial. We need to have you bring all your finances to the office. Why? Why they saying that? Because now they see you don't park the 2025 in the middle of the project. They want to know who this car belonged to. They want to know how you able to afford this car while you living on $30, $40 rent. They want to know exactly how many people living in this house, because every time they see you get in the vehicle, you getting on the driver's side, while you got Slick Ricky over here getting in on the passenger side, and he done dropped the seat back down where it looked like he laying down going to sleep. He don't deserve to chill. He don't deserve to lay back. He need to set his behind up so he can see if there's any jobs going up and down that highway, who's hiring, whatever. But yet and still, it's going to put you and your kids out. Y'all done got repossessed. You know, we got repossessed from the furniture. You got repossessed from the car. Now you getting repossessed up out of the house. Now you got to go. All of it got to go. It's just all of it got to go because of the fact that you done took advantage of the system long enough. And this is where we are. This is where we are, and it's not a good look for us. It's not a good look for us. It's not a good look for us. When we have been given the blueprint, we are able to stand. We're able to function. We are strong people. We didn't come from handouts. We got to be able to get up and go get it. We are built for this. You are built to bounce back. You are built to get out there and make it happen. You just got to know that. And because the system that made you lazy. They don't let you lay in that position for so long. Till now, it's like saying, you got to pick up your bed and walk. It's time. It's time now. Pick up your bed and walk. You've been laying in that same spot for 38 years. Some of y'all have been on Section 8 for 38 years. Some of y'all been on Section 8 for longer than that. Some of y'all lived there until you left here, until you passed this life. You stayed on Section 8 all these years. And this is what they're trying to avoid right now for this new generation coming in. It's getting ready to be a mess because of the fact that now it's like saying what your parents have taught you, and they've let you have watched them lay on Section 8 while you ran in and out of everybody else's house. And then when you got yourself in trouble, you ran right back to that same Section 8 house that you was raised up in. Now you realize that them houses are not going to be there for you to run around in. It's time for you right now to listen at what's going on and begin to move in a way that you can be self-sufficient before this generational curse continues on down the line. And then everybody thinks that they're supposed to be raised on Section 8. Everybody thinks that they're supposed to just get food stamps. Everybody thinks that they're supposed to just let somebody wait for somebody to hand them something or somebody to take care of them. You can't just sit in this world and wait for handouts because repossessions are coming. Repossessions are coming. They're going to repossess your money, your food stamps, your cars, your furniture, and they're going to just repossess everything, and you're going to feel like everything has been taken from you, and it's going to hit you all at once, and your world's going to be shattered, because then you're not going to know exactly how to stand in the midst of this mess. In the midst of this mess. And it don't help that when they look at you online on this social media that has ruined a lot of y'all, because you get on this line and I got $300 worth of food stamps. I got the plug. I'm dating the plug. I got Section 8 housing. I pay $30 rent. I pay $40 rent. Do you not know that people are listening at this in high places? Do you not know that you're dealing with warfare right now? Do you not know that you done sat there, and how did they know it? Because you told them. Do you not know that everything the devil knows about you, you told them? Everything the devil knows about you, you spewed it out of your mouth. And when you spewed it out of your mouth, the devil was listening. The devil snatched that. The devil heard that. Now the devil's checking that. The devil's checking that. He's making his list and checking it twice. Because you remember, Lucifer is the prince of this air. Whatever you spew out of your mouth, especially when you on these airwaves, we got to answer to it, y'all. Not just y'all, me too. Whatever you spew out of your mouth, you got to answer to it. Because there's always somebody listening. They listen at what you got going on. They listen at what you're doing. They listen at, they know where you at. They know who you are. But you on these airways and you study saying a whole bunch of stuff that you ain't got no business. Is causing not only you drama, it's causing your children drama. It's causing your life to be drama, and everything in it is going to be repossessed. Because you want to make the government look like they're a fool. You want to make your state look like they're a fool. You want to make it look like you done got through, you done got away with something. Now, repossessions are coming. And they're coming for you. They're coming for you. All that backlash that you was giving on the line, all that energy that you was doing, all that shaking your tail in the screen, hollering about how many food stamps you was getting, that energy needs to be put on somebody's job. So now you can get on the job and shake and say, I work for mine. Now you can get on the job and drop it like it's hot and say, I got my paycheck. If I got it's Friday night and I'm feeling all right. And you done made your money. It's ladies' night. It's ladies' night. You done made your money. You got your pocketbook. And you can feel good about yourself. You can feel like you being productive. You ain't got to worry about no repossessions coming. When you get in your car and drive your car paid for, you ain't got to worry about no repossessions coming. When you walk in your house, it's yours. You done paid for it. You done bought it. You ain't got to worry about no repossessions coming. When you go and buy that piece of land, you walking in like a boss, like a big girl, and you ain't got to worry about no repossessions coming. Repossessions are coming. Repossessions are coming, and they're coming for you, and they're coming to a state near you. Believe that. If y'all continue to keep doing things this way and think you're going to do it your way and nothing's going to happen to you, then you just keep living and keep right on staying right there. Keep dealing with errands, rental, keep dealing with rental center, keep letting them come steal the food off your table and not listen, and go get some used furniture and go ahead and dress that house up and start putting them same dollars that you was giving rental center. If you was giving rental center $50 a week, put that $50 in a jar and get that used piece of furniture until you get enough money in that jar to be able to go buy yourself some furniture cash. That's how you do that. So I'm sorry, y'all. My neighbor done come out and he's out here running the tiller. So he's getting ready to do his gardening. So I'm about done with this video anyway, because I wanted to let y'all know I love y'all. And I come to uplift, motivate, and inspire you to be able to get up and be able to put your house in order before they have to put it in order for you. Because repossessions are coming. You're going to may end up losing a lot of things if you don't begin to move now, because repossessions are coming. After so you see where you can't hold on to that vehicle, you better get a job and begin to hold without. If you can't hold on to that vehicle without being in Section 8, then you need to get a job so that you can keep that vehicle or send that vehicle on back to the shop, because they're not going to allow you to live high on the hog while they pay for your vehicle for you. That's not going to happen. So if you want them to be able to, they're not going to let you eat high on the hog. This is why they're monitoring all your food right now. You can't buy junk food, because they're going to make sure you eat what they want you to eat. And so therefore, if you want to eat what you want to eat, you still need to get a job, because your kids still want their snacks. They still want them Jolly Ranchers. They still want them Oreo cookies. They still want them chips. They still want that soda. But you got to pay for that part, meaning you got to get a job. So I love you. I pray that this message do not fall on deaf ears. I pray that somebody will get something from this message and know that repossessions are coming. Do not go out there and get nothing else that you can't afford to pay for on your own. Be blessed.